looking at the other half of the draw, we have this all Italian affair. Milan against Napoli. It's all right. Again, on paper, Napoli firing in all cylinders. Milan perhaps not. But Milan playing much more defensive than they've done previously, and that's helped them turn things around a little bit domestically. Do we think, though, that, again, in a month's time, maybe Benacer comes back and is fully fit, we could see a different Milan, maybe even a Milan that goes back to the back four, and maybe if Leao sorts out his contract between now and then, maybe they get a bit of a spring of their step, and we see more of last year's Milan in the way they play than this year's Milan.
Yeah, maybe you're right. They've switched to a back three, as we mentioned a lot on our show, and you're not too keen on it, and I can understand. You're right, it's a very different way of playing this season, maybe due to the injuries, due to the form that they had, a bit up and down really through the season. But then I agree with you. Would we see a bit more of the Milan that won the league and was so good last season? But would you want that Milan against Napoli instead of the more defensive Milan? Maybe the more defensive Milan is better equipped to kind of counter this Napoli team that is so good with the ball, that is creating so much, that is overwhelming you everywhere. Or maybe you just find a balance between a bit of the two Milan, the one of this season, the one of last season, to try to counter this Napoli team. Because how do you play against Napoli?
See, that's the thing. I look at Napoli this season, and one of the things, and look, they've been phenomenal, but I think maybe a team that attacks them, a team that gambles a little bit, a team that says, you know what, we will take our chances against Kvaratskhelia and Chucky Lozano if he plays, and of course Osimhen at the other end. But we're going to go and we're going to attack your fullbacks. We're going to run at Mario Rui. We're going to run at Di Lorenzo, right? I wonder if that could possibly be one of the keys to it. Take those guys out of the attack, pin them back somehow, beat them one-on-one. Look, I don't know what else you're going to try against them. Nothing's really worked, right?
No, true.
I mean, on paper, what maybe hasn't been tried is some sort of super high possession precision game, but you need really talented players to do that. And I'm not sure Milan have that. Napoli are favorites, but again, Jules, as we know, it's a knockout tie. You got Magic Mike back at the back for Milan, which I think helps a lot of things. So, yeah, I think Napoli favorites, but all to play for.
But just imagine the atmosphere at the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium for that second leg. Whatever happens in the first leg, and you would expect that Milan won't win 4-0 in the first leg, so there will be still a lot to play for in that second leg. The atmosphere over there is going to be immense.
Yeah, look, I think Naples probably the most superstitious city on earth, and I don't think it's a coincidence that in the year that we lose Diego Armando Maradona and rename the stadium after him, they're having the kind of season that they have. I'm just saying, I'm open to all possibilities, even the metaphysical, on this one.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.